Welcome, everyone, to the Pickleball Apes podcast. I'm Braydon.
And I'm Kyle.
This is episode 55.
55.
Cruising to 100, dude. It's going to be about 45 more weeks.
45. What did we start at? Like, did we start together at like 19, I think? Something around there.
Yeah, I don't know. We've done a bunch now.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look.
It's wild how time flies. All right, man. We're the schedule's a little bit lighter today, but that's okay. We still have some topics we're going to go through. We guess a busy rest of the month for us.
Yeah.
So we'll go through kind of what we got coming up. You have some updates on your giveaway. We got some stuff in Kyle's corner about the UPA guidelines that were published and some other pro pickleball stuff. And then on Paddle Babble and gear, we're going to talk about some accessories. We've been trying some stuff that we might try. We're going to talk about shoes a little bit and then a couple of new paddles that we tried this week. So let's go into our weekly update. We're getting ready for the Olson brothers to come to town at the end of the month.
And Aaron. Don't forget Aaron.
Aaron, he was going to come into the conversation. Okay. Aaron's a part of the deal. I think we should shoot a pod with him while he's in town. Actually,
Absolutely.
like you, me, and Aaron.
That'd be fun. We probably can't use our tiny table that you guys are. We'll have to figure out a different location to shoot it.
I was trying to think of how we might do that. I might go get like some chairs from Target or something and just line them up against the wall and take the table out.
Yeah, we could do that.
We'll figure it out.
And then me and Aaron can sit on either side of you, and then you can have PE right above your head.
Perfect.
And then we'll like spotlight it kind of.
Yes, you guys can.
So you're like our overlord.
That'd be horrible, like turning both sides. But no, that'll be fun. So they're coming down. They're starting a new series where they're going to start like challenging other like podcasts and other players.
Love it.
I think it's cool. So they're traveling here. Chris reached out to us. He's like, hey, let's do this. I imagine he has a few others planned. I don't know if he shot any others yet. Luckily, we're on the roadmap, but we're going to shoot at the Flying Pickle. They have like some huge courts. We were like talking together of how we're going to plan this out. And I'm going to go look at the courts again today and kind of think of, what's the best court within, the Flying Pickle to shoot it. But they have 2 championship courts that are huge. I think we'll be able to squeeze 4 to 6 cameras and it could be cool.
I just thought about it too. Check the pro courts while you're there. I didn't even think about using the pro courts.
Yeah, I'll look at those. I mean, the championship courts are bigger though, right?
They are.
Plus they have stands.
Are they that much bigger though? I thought they were almost the same size. The stands though are cool because I'm sure people will show up because we're going to be playing. And there's just cameras everywhere. It's
people will just be like, what is going on?
Yeah, exactly. Why is there so many cameras?
Yeah, with everyone, with your cameras, my cameras, theirs, and then Aaron's, we'll have
a lot. Yeah. I was thinking of getting Paul's stand that he used for you, the one that goes like way up in the air.
I'm not a fan of that angle actually.
Oh, I like it. Like every once in a while. Like can't overuse it. You don't like the overhead? No. I think it's kind of interesting.
Like I don't mind a high angle.
Yeah.
But
you think it's too high?
That's really high.
Yeah.
There's a couple streams or like stream angles from the tournament this last weekend, the PPA event, where one was like really high and I didn't like it. Because when it's super high, you can't tell like the depth of the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's hard to like follow. Like, oh, should they have attacked that or not or whatever?
I can see that.
But yeah, I have one tripod that gets pretty tall. Like you want it, medium. Like we'll have one tall angle, 2 or 3 on the sides. Aaron will be a floating camera.
It's
going to be a highly produced match.
We're gonna have mics at the net.
I guess Chris has like a net mic or something.
Okay. He said he's going to set up mics at the net. He said it's similar to like how PPA does it. So we'll be caught on hot mics. So I'll have to report on my own hot mic.
Yes. Yeah, you got to prepare some lines.
Oh, I'm sure Aaron will have some good ones too.
Oh, Aaron, hot mic witty. From the editor, from the
floating camera. Yeah.
We definitely need a mic up Aaron.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We wanted to get Dom. So Dom Catalano, he does we've talked about him a couple times. Yeah, does the APP voice stuff and commentating, and we wanted him to come and commentate. That would have been so good. But I guess there's an APP event.
Yeah, there's an APP and an MLP. So Susanna and him will be out of town.
I still think we should get a ref though.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find one. The one I wanted to use is busy, but I'm sure we have a bunch of refs.
There's a handful that are local that are like certified and like travel.
Yeah, Marianne. Yeah.
No, we'll find somebody.
Yeah,
we gotta keep them honest.
Oh yeah.
Okay, pitting us against them. What do you think? Who wins?
So I have only seen them on video, so I can't from video. Isaac looks better than Chris.
Isaac's solid.
So I've watched both videos. You've played with them both though, so you're gonna have a better idea. In my eyes, I'm like they look pretty comparable to us, especially if we're playing good.
I actually think it'll be really fun. Like, I think it'll be competitive. I think there'll be good points. I think on paper, they might have, they have higher dupers than us.
I was gonna say, don't go on paper because my duper is terrible.
Like they have higher dupers, and maybe if we play 10 games, if I'm being real, they'll probably win more than we would. But it's best out of 5. Maybe we got the home court advantage. Maybe we whisper to the nets, or maybe we come out firing.
Yeah, I say if we come out firing, because we've had that happen. We've come out firing before and been like just smoking people. So
no, I really think it could go either way. We'll see who shows up. We'll see who plays. But
maybe they'll be a little jet lagged, and
yeah.
I might put a little something in their barbecue sauce for the barbecue on Friday.
Perfect. So. No, this will be fun. I'm excited. And then Aaron will be flying in from Arizona, and so this will be highly produced. It's gonna be fun. We'll have a lot of cameras, a lot of angles. We'll see what it turns into. The one that I filmed with them before in Las Vegas, it was well produced. They did a great job, but this is gonna be a step up, I think.
We have a lot of cameras.
Plus, we'll all be mic'd up, and that's always fun. I think I can get in Isaac's head.
You think so?
I think so. I think I can win that mental game against him.
I will say I've actually noticed that. I didn't bring this up. When you played them in Vegas, I felt like you were trash talking a lot less than you do like when we're playing locally. Like you do mess with some people, and it's pretty funny.
I just met them.
Okay, so you're a little reserved. So now you know reserved,
but now we know. Like I've been trash talking on via text for a bit now. Like They know I like to chat a little bit.
You've been working up your trash talk game?
I've been in Isaac's head for months now, dude. Like all I have to do is look at the kid and he's nervous. But if we can get in his head a little bit, calm him down, maybe we get some airs out of Chris.
I'm gonna be your right side, you play left side.
And we'll
get big.
We'll just dude, I'm gonna banish you to the right.
That's fine. I'm good on the right.
No, but in all reality, I think it's gonna be super competitive, and hopefully they're good matches and good points.
So how worried are you about co-host versus host?
Yeah, so the main one will be us versus them, and then I think we're gonna do some others that host versus co-host.
Yeah, so me and Isaac versus you and Chris. That'll
be a good one too.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be a fun one, and then I got to get my rematch against
some singles.
So I guess not. He's getting a rematch against me as well. I won that 2 out of 3. I don't know if you watched it. It was actually
I did.
It was a really fun
good.
singles
and you were
match.
Both of you guys were the nicest players ever. That was out. Oh no, that was in.
It was you gas each other up for their good shots, but you play competitive and you go for it. That was really fun. We're pretty even there. He actually should have beat me. I just had a couple points go my way.
You've been working on a little bit of singles though, right? Not as much as you want. I know you talked about it.
I've tried. I've never been able to figure it out.
It's also tough here. I feel like there's not a lot of people to play singles
There's
with.
a group that plays once a week, or they try to. I need it. I haven't gotten in on that yet.
Is it Lucas, Dan, the core group of
those
singles guys? Okay.
Yeah. I've had spurts of trying to learn and get better at singles. Just I feel like I just get worse the more I try. Or I'd do better if I just show up and just go for it. I don't know. Singles, I don't understand the game. I want to do one of my learning from pros,
but singles specific
with singles.
Who would you choose?
I'm friends with Kate Fahey now.
Okay,
I think I do her.
That'd be fun.
She just won. Singles and women. She's been on fire on the single side. She's been very consistent, getting the semis, a few finals appearances.
She beat Brooke Buckner.
Brooke Buckner. Yeah. She lost to Brooke, I think, in a different final event.
I think so.
So
some revenge.
Just revenge. Anyways, that'll be fun. And then this upcoming weekend is the Boise Open. Not the Boise Open.
TFP. The Flying Pickle Open. I think it's close to $20,000 in prize money.
Yeah, I think it's $17,000 in prize money.
And then Susanna said there's some pros coming too. So I haven't looked at the roster.
Last I looked, there were some teams from Seattle. There's a couple of those Utah teams that come that are really solid. You have Jack Foster and it's a Leo Reve sponsored kid. I forget his name.
Okay.
Maybe he's from I don't know. Anyways, it's another recognizable name. But I think those are the two
bigger names
that are tour a little bit and have had some success. But it's going to be super competitive. It's double elimination. I'm playing with Ben Briles. You know Ben?
I love Ben.
Ben's great.
Yeah.
He's a good player. We'll see.
He's very consistent.
We'll see what we can do.
I like his game though. I think he's consistent. He's fun to play with.
Yeah, he's.
Who's Abe playing with?
So Abe was gonna play with what's it, Selkirk soft paddle, never's gonna change.
Joe?
BD. He's gonna play with BD.
BD.
He's gonna play BD. BD got injured, so he's playing with another guy.
BD, by the way, plays with like the oldest Selkirk ever. It's not even an amp. It's the X4. Isn't it like the X4?
No, it's
he finally upgraded. Never mind.
It's a Vanguard.
But he played with that Fiberflex forever. The X4 one. Oh, yeah, forever.
He just has got a thing for the short handles, and nobody really makes.
Well, it's because he doesn't use the handle. He just holds the he just holds the paddle.
I was excited for them to play together.
So
he's playing with someone else now.
That would be a very physically intimidating team.
Yeah, they're big. But yeah, it's going to be a super competitive event, and I don't know how we'll do. We'll need a little magic to win a couple. We'll see how that goes. And then the following week is Worlds in Dallas. I looked at the registration the other day, and there's like 4,000 people signed up for this thing. Like,
you're playing with Chris?
Huge. No, I'm playing this guy out of California,
the marathon runner guy.
The cyclist.
Oh, cyclist.
Yeah,
I was close. I knew it was some kind of endurance sport.
Yeah, we've been chatting for a while. He's cool. He's kind of dealing with like some shoulder.
Yeah, so I follow him. After you talked about him on that podcast, I started following him.
Yeah, so he's not certain if he can actually play yet.
Oh no!
And so I'm just kind of crossing my fingers, hoping that he can. But yeah, sign with him, and then even if it doesn't work out, it'll be fun just to be there because a lot of people will be there. Just the networking aspect, and just kind of hanging out with people. But yeah, that'll be in Dallas. That's the first week of November. But kind of bummed you're not going to that one. I think that would have been a fun one for you to go to. We need to kind of plan like next year, but exactly. Okay, like these are the ones I think are worth going. A lot of people are going to be there.
If we plan it out ahead of time too, like that's totally like with family, that's perfect. Like if we sat down and like, let's go to these two, I can 100% make that happen.
Yeah, we'll do that next year.
Asia Open.
And then you have an update for your giveaway?
Yeah, I was just going to announce some of the sponsors. So Kitchen, get a bag. Then Pickleball Central's throwing in a gift card, which I'm intending for people to use for shoes because I'm going to include paddles. I didn't want to get shoes because obviously everybody's foot's different size.
Right.
So they're going to give me a gift card. That way people can get whatever shoes fit them.
Oh, cool. This would be like top to bottom outfit.
Yeah, no, it is 100%. So then I'm going to Pickleball Effect accessories. I'm going to get some dripping grips. Sorry. They'll have both. I'll put both.
I'm over it.
It's already over. What else did I get? Some Ernie clothing. Okay. You're going to get a gift card for that. What else? And then I still have I'm working something out. Probably Reload's going to be included.
Okay. Just the sheets, no paddle?
Just the sheets, no. Yeah. You get the sheets for free. You got to buy the paddle. Yeah. Just kidding. But no, I'm excited. There's a lot of people that are interested in it and they think it's a great idea. So it's legitimately going to be a bag full of just awesome pickleball gear head to toe.
That's gonna be sick. So do you have an idea of when you're gonna do it?
I want to like officially start it before the end of this month. So it's just been like crazy.
Yeah. Today's 14th.
Yeah. So within the next 2 weeks. And we'll talk about it here and then I'll post on Instagram and stuff like that. And
okay.
Once it's like official, I just want to like get the bag and get it full and then I'll post about it. Cause I don't want to like start the giveaway and then I'm still trying to collect stuff. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna enter it.
So, and then one of our viewers did say he was like, because I brought up the next time I do it, I was like, I'll do a veteran one like Wounded Warrior, and he like messaged me and he's like, that's not a good charity, and I was like, I know that's not a good charity. It was just the first one that popped in my head. So
they're not a good one.
No, I think their money is real like heavy towards the like administration.
Well, that was cool. I'm glad they reached out.
Yeah, just in case. I knew that, but like that's just like a very recognizable name. But yeah, so some of those charities are real like. You can look at like the percentage that goes to the charity portion versus like the admin portion, basically people being paid. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like 5% going to charity where the 95% is covering admin. And that's not the type of charity I want to throw money at. Yeah, do your research there. Well, sweet. Yeah. Kyle's Corner. Dang, that was quick. All right, Kyle's Corner brought to you by Slice.
Like you just have to whisper it.
Slice. So my favorite, I have these pink ones. I don't know if you really see. I'll try to see. But basically, they have so many customizations too on these caps. So these are 1 ounce and ½ ounce caps. Obviously lower your balance point. I liked the pink and it says cupcake.
I've never done the customization. How does it work?
Oh, you just, whatever you can dream, David can make it happen.
You just send him like an image?
Yeah. Whatever you can dream, he can make it happen. Like
I'll have to make some PE ones.
So I have I don't know if you guys have seen the bread and butter ones, but those to me are the best looking custom ones that have come out yet. He's collabed with like tons of brands, but I have a Shogun one coming that I'm going to do a setup video because everybody always is like, how do you set up your Shogun?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I'll do a video putting that slice on where I put your tungsten tape and everything.
Nice.
Because for some reason people want to try the Shogun the way that I swing it.
I'll give you a grip for it.
Ooh, okay. Do you have a red one?
I do.
Okay. Anyway, check out Slice. Use code DINKSMASH, save you some money. They do have a new product coming. I don't think we can talk about it yet, but he's sending me one. Mm-hmm. Cool. We have some feedback on that, but they're getting innovative. It'll be cool. So first topic, let's talk. Ben Johns goes down in singles. Roscoe Bellamy. And I like your note. So he was using the Night paddle and not the newest head paddle.
Yeah, the head. Yeah. He wasn't using the head boom, which I thought was interesting.
So the boom is the foam one, and then the Night.
It's not foam. It's just that really thin.
I thought they said it was foam.
No, it's just like a thermoform 11 millimeter.
Okay. Ooh.
Some serious pop to it.
Did you get one?
Spin. Yeah. I ran the numbers on it. It does have the small sweet spot like you'd expect. But yeah, really good pop. Really big spin from the baseline.
I actually enjoyed the Night Radical Night. Night Radical. Yeah.
Yeah, a little softer. And so I was surprised to see him using that. Like Ben does the same thing. He uses a softer, less powerful paddle for singles, and then a juicier paddle. He uses the 3S for doubles, and then just the regular Gen 2 for singles.
And I think that's kind of what we talked about last week when you were saying you value pop more now. I think you want more because singles, they're not face to face at the net a bunch. They're shaping shots more, so I feel like some softness could be good there with your shot. You like shot shaping,
a little more dwell time, a little more options there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder. We should ask them.
That'd be good.
DM them and see what the thought process is around using a softer paddle. Is it because they like going for the harder angles? Because when you're volleying at the net, the pop is still nice. Yeah. Like when you're trying to go the other opposite corner, like I don't have huge volleys, especially when I'm stretched out.
Yeah,
and I kind of like that extra pop still even in singles. And so, that's curious. I'm not sure what I don't know. Intuitively, you think you want more power, more pop for singles. Cause
I think that way, but then I'm also like, those guys generate so much power on their own that like, I think you could give them any paddle and they're going to be able to generate a lot of power. I think they want dwell time and the most amount of shape they can give the ball. Cause they are trying to dip them and hit those crazy angles. So that would be my guess, but we should ask.
Yeah, we should ask.
Maybe not speculate.
That'd be interesting. And I guess, I don't know. I never ran the spin test on the Radical Night, but it doesn't have like a typical raw carbon fiber. It has like something on top of it. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
And I should run the spin numbers on it, but I'd be surprised if the spin is better on that versus the new head, because the new head had like really high numbers, especially on drives. And like with thinner, poppier paddles, you can still generate good spin from the baseline. It's just harder to generate spin on like smaller, like top spin, like dinks, like stuff you don't even use in singles.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. Like I don't understand why they would do that. Yeah.
So, well, if you play singles pro and you watch this, let us know.
Yeah. Tell us.
You don't know. I am curious. Is there any pros that watch your podcast? Like,
I don't know.
We'll see.
But yeah. That was an interesting take.
This is a great one. A little drama. I don't know if you saw this. Fed and Matt, men's doubles against the Johns brothers.
I did see this. This was funny.
And they lose because Fed keeps swearing. He gets 2 technical fouls and it's 10-0. Like they're losing. And because you can't deduct from 0, you add a point.
So normally with a technical foul, you would lose a point.
Correct.
So if you had 1, you go down to 0. Because they were 0,
they had to add a point to the other team.
And that ended the match.
Ended the match. So do you think that's appropriate?
Yeah, like what else are you gonna do?
The internet's going wild over this.
What are they saying?
Oh, there's people saying it's the dumbest rule ever, that it's swearing, grow up, that swearing should be allowed. And I think the swearing rule, though, I think it is kind of dependent on who the ref is. Like I think some refs are more lenient with what's said. Because I guess like the second swearing was actually he was swearing to Matt. Like they were talking. Like it wasn't like he was swearing at your opponent. So that's why some people were mad that it wasn't directed at the other team.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I swear a lot. because I was in the Navy. So, I mean, I do think you shouldn't be able to swear at people, like the other team.
But just under your breath,
but like
mad at yourself.
Well, yeah, if you're swearing at yourself, yeah, like I mean, I swear all the time. I'm like, fuck Kyle. Like, I'll beep that out. But you shouldn't be like throwing words at other people. That's where I feel like it should be. And honestly, I feel like if you swear at the ref, it should just be that should be it.
Right.
So,
okay. So it wasn't so much that the point was added award to their team. It was just the fact that there was a penalty for the
there's a lot of people that were torn on whether that should be. They're like, this isn't tennis.
I mean,
blah, blah, blah.
on center court, like you're pretty close. Like the fans are there.
Yeah.
They can hear what you're saying. And so they're not all adults.
No,
like there's kids there. So like maybe that's part of it is they want to kind of keep it cleaner just because the audience is literally right on top of you.
And then somebody's argument was like, in hockey, they fight. And I was like, well, it's not hockey. I'd be down if pickleball was like snap pass.
Let's go. You called that out?
No, exactly. Over like some bad call. I could totally see them going to blows. But I thought that was an interesting thing that happened this weekend because I'd never seen a match lost because of a technical foul.
Yeah, you won't. I mean, you don't see pickles like that very often.
No, good point. Tensions were high because they were getting pickled by, the Johns brothers.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. Like they were just like, I watched that one live and Ben was just untouchable.
Yeah. No, and when he's on fire, he's on fire.
It's been fun kind of watching them figure it out because like you see Colin being way more aggressive. Driving, they're both driving a lot more. Like it's
everybody's driving,
and it seems like they're back on top a little bit. Like that's 2 in a row.
No, and I saw you and Aaron talked about it. It's basically once they switch back to the 3S, they're playing good with the 3Ss.
Yeah, they're playing better with the 3Ss. Yeah. Kind of change their style a little bit. Yeah, and they're winning again. They took gold again.
Back on top. Did women's? Oh yeah, we already talked a little bit. Women's Kate Fahey. Anna Lee withdrew though, right? That's what she wasn't even. She didn't even play. So
the women's doubles was another biter.
I hate that though because then there was somebody that posted like Kate Fahey wins and then in parentheses Anna Lee didn't play. I'm like, don't diminish her. Exactly. I'm like, don't diminish her win. Like,
no, that's still a gold.
No, that's how I feel.
No,
and then Avatar won too. Freaking
QD.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's his first PPA gold.
In singles, yeah.
Because
he won doubles gold.
Yeah, but
for singles gold.
But singles, first
singles I didn't watch much of the men's singles. I need to go back and watch that one.
I don't remember if I watched his. I didn't watch his championship match, but I did watch a little bit. That was nice to be able to watch pickleball again at work.
Yeah. So what do you got here on UPA guidelines?
Published? So they published out the prices, and again they changed again. So this is what's funny to me, and I feel like this is where I'm like confused. So like I have it on from people that 100,000, that wasn't a made up number. Like that was a number being thrown around for the annual fee to UPA. That didn't just get made up. Then they switched it, and I forgot Q actually had it in his podcast that he was told by them that it was, Yeah,
we had the numbers.
Yeah, we had the numbers last time, but now they're even lower. So I'm almost like, are they just like trying to like feel out?
I wonder if this was a result of the meeting they had a couple weeks ago
with Selkirk, and that's another thing. Maybe that is where they were like, okay, these are the fees. Because honestly, there's still people complaining, but they're much lower now. It's do you have the actual numbers? Yeah, it's like 20,000 now a year.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere that it was published. I never dove into the details.
Hold on, I'll get it right here. But yeah, I think it was 20,000 per year.
I'm just curious if they're charging less for people who aren't sponsoring pros. They just want their paddles to be used in their tournaments.
Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Fees. Yeah. So $20,000 fee for paddle certification.
All companies, no matter what.
That's what this fee. But then they said there's another fee that hasn't been disclosed, like a licensing fee. And I'm thinking that's going to be. So I think you're going to have like a UPA certification. And then you're going to have like a licensing fee. And I'm sure that licensing fee is to be able to be used in PPA.
PPA, like as a pro or just in PPA
No,
tournaments?
I think probably as a pro.
Okay. Because they're saying we give you millions of eyeballs.
Yeah.
You should pay us for that.
All right. Where are we at? Boom. There we go. Perfect dates. November 15th, 2024. You can apply for a provisional status for $2,000, which will apply towards the 2025 fee.
Which is the 20,000.
Correct. If you don't submit by that window, you have $1,000 late fee. And
Wait,
then,
it's a provisional.
Yeah, from basically now.
But you have to do it or you get fined.
Yes.
What?
I know. I like, and that's also like, come on. So April 1st, this is the big date that matters. April 1st, 2025, full UPA-A certification becomes mandatory for all professional play.
Okay. Not amateur play.
Yeah. So qualifiers up, professional play.
So if I am a paddle company that doesn't care about professional play, do I still have to pay that $20,000
To be played at the PPA?
to be used in PPA tournaments?
No, not at an amateur level.
Okay. So I can
at least
ignore that for 2025.
At least according to what they put out. I know originally they said there was like what they call it, like a sunsetting period where eventually it is going to be only their paddles. But that was like a way slower rollout.
Okay. Which makes sense. You can't just go cut out everybody.
All right, here we go. So $20,000 flat fee every company, $5,000 for each paddle, and $1,000 for each variation. So those numbers are much lower than they were.
Okay. And that's just for the UPA certification.
Yes. It says
like,
this will
what does
cover,
that give you?
That's what I was getting to that. These fees will cover extensive testing, including destructive testing at both the laboratory and on-site PPA events. Destructive testing.
That's got to be like
the breakdown test.
Breakdown
yeah,
test.
because I know they said they want to ensure that paddle stays legal through the life of the paddle.
Right.
Yeah. So that's cool. We still haven't really seen these tests. This test we've seen currently, I'm still like the spin to me is like, there's got to be a better test than that. But we'll see.
But what I meant when I was asking earlier, like, what do you get? Meaning, like, where does that get your paddles, like, into? Does that
a pro can use it?
Only a pro can use it. Yeah. So every other brand should just ignore that fee for now.
That's how I feel.
And then in 2026, like, eventually, I think their grand plan is to block USAP from even being used in their tournaments.
I think so too.
And so they'll, whether that's 2026, eventually everyone will have to get UPA certified. Mm-hmm. But for the time being, only the paddles being used pro events, those are the only companies that
should like super care.
Should.
But no, and then that's honestly, it's like, what if your pros are all APP pros? Like, I would just leave them, because there are pros that only play APP. So are we going to see like a demographic, like a landscape shift of where the pros are? Because if you play all APP, you technically align with USAP.
A lot of APP, or there's several APP players that also play MLP, which will
fall under the that's
so
true.
They'll have to.
So that could change sponsorships across the board then.
That, or just those companies just pay for it.
Yeah, that's true. If they find the value in it. I don't know. I'm still sometimes I'm torn on like which pros actually sell paddles. So
yeah, that's it puts some companies in a tight situation. I think of Grip. So they sponsor Purple Jesus. I don't know his real name, but he goes by Purple Jesus.
Almost said Mateus. No, that's that old.
Anyways, he does really well on the APP tour. They just won this last weekend as well. That APP had tournament in Dallas. Ian Lang won men's doubles. He plays MLP.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, like that's the only pro that they have that I know of that
crosses.
Well, like the only company I can think of is like, okay, they have an APP pro that does well, that also does MLP, but I don't think he does much PPA, if at all. But like in their situation, if they want him to play MLP, they'll probably have to for $20,000.
$20,000, yeah,
just for him playing MLP with our paddle.
And does that sell? Like, do you sell $20,000 for the paddles because of that player?
For MLP?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Exactly. So it's torn, and then the market's so.
I mean, that's a unique case, though, right? I mean, there's going to be probably just a few brands that kind of fall into that awkward.
Well, my question is, do you do both certifications? Like, can you have both? Can you hold both certifications? Because like those players, paddle? Yeah, because those players that cross both, perfect example, Eric Lang, he's still going to need a USAP approved paddle to play APP.
What was he playing with? I didn't pay attention to that because
gosh, what is he playing with? I'd have to look it up.
He was playing a Paddle Tech.
Okay.
At least not. I don't know about Dallas, but he was playing a Paddle Tech. Okay. At the previous MLP, which is USAP approved. He wasn't. Is he sponsored by Yola still?
I don't even know. I'm bad with once you get below like the top 20.
Sure.
Then I'm like, who's sponsored by who?
Yeah, that gets weird with the double certifications because they are going to have different rules. We've talked about that before. Lots of people have talked about that. It's like, are you going to have to create specific paddles for the UPA certification?
Like you have the same paddle, but a variation of each?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which would be more expensive.
To the consumer, that sucks.
To the consumer, it sucks, but also to the brands because they have to create 2 variations. They have to stock 2 variations. And then, I don't know, it's still going to be weird for the next year or so. All right. Paddle, Babble, and Gear brought to you by Kitchen Pickleball Bags.
Ooh. You got the sleeve. I haven't got a sleeve yet. That's slick.
I actually use it. So I do like the sleeve. They have like these add-ons that you can add to their court caddies. So they have the shoe cube. They have like an eyeglass thing. They have this. I think they're working on others they're going to
collab with these pouch. And do screen prints.
Oh, that's
like
clever.
For brands.
Yeah.
So if you want to add a little.
Yeah, that's cool.
Little pizzazz.
That's pretty slick. Yeah. Thank you, Kitchen, for sponsoring this section. I'll put a link in the description. You can use the code PBEffects to get a free add-on if you decide to make a purchase. But these bags, this is the bag I've been using for several months now.
The court caddy.
All right. Well, I guess before we dive into the couple of paddles we had in there, we want to kind of shift or add to this section a little bit more. So yes, we talk about paddles. We also want to talk about or start introducing like more accessories, more like shoes and things like that. Yeah. So you sent me a text last night. Must have been like 11 p.m. You're like, "What's your shoe size? You might have a bunch of shoes coming."
Yeah. Well, I was like sitting there, and this is what I do when I'm like brainstorming. Like, what kind of value can we bring people? Like we talk about paddles, but paddles are great, but like there's other things too that can help your game. And honestly, I think shoes are the second most important thing, if not the most important thing. Like your feet are so important. So
I've gotten more into shoes over time. Like my first love was paddles, and the last like 6 months or so, I've been getting more into shoes.
And there's like super like if you roll your ankle easy, I don't. I have super stable ankles, but like if you roll your ankle easy, there's like certain cuts of shoes that make more sense for you.
Is that like a weird flex you're showing off right there? I got super stable ankles.
Well, no. Like some people are really prone to rolling ankles. That's not a flex. Do you roll your ankles?
No.
So there's actually. So I probably would break my ankle if I roll it because I don't roll my ankles. So it's probably not that great. But anyway, there's like different cuts for different types of people. And nothing sucks worse. Like you can't, if you get a shoe and it doesn't fit, like it's tough, I think, in pickleball because it's not like you can go to a big box store everywhere and try on your shoes.
Especially court shoes. Like court shoes aren't something that are carried everywhere. And the people that do carry court shoes, it's like one brand.
Yeah.
It's pretty limited.
And walking around in a store with it isn't necessarily going to translate to how it plays on a court. Like it might feel good walking around. Next thing you know, when you're like stopping and your toes are jamming in the front, you're like, these shoes are terrible. They don't fit. They rub me raw. Like there's a pair of Babolots I have. They feel great, but they rub my ankle crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoes. I mean, you definitely have different like styles, right? Like you have like your like comfort, you have your performance, then you can have your middle ground ones. But there's also a lot of it is just about getting the right fit for your foot. That is like the biggest battle.
Yeah. And I think we have different, like you said, did you say yours was more narrow?
Mine are a little more narrow.
And
so
mine
like,
are wider.
I like narrow shoes. And like the best shoes out there will typically have like a narrow or will have like a standard and a wide.
Yeah.
And which is pretty common.
And now we're seeing more brands specifically to pickleball shoes like enter the space. And I thought it was a good time that maybe we should, and it doesn't have to be like every section, but like maybe once a month we talk about, a new shoe.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I probably have like 10 different pairs of shoes in my.
How many of them you wear?
I've tried them all.
Oh, okay.
But there's the ones I like the most right now. Like I like the Babolat Jetbot 3s, and then I like the Nike Vapor Core 2s.
Okay. Yeah, and if you guys have recommendations, more so some of the smaller brands, like we obviously know the Nikes and the Reeboks, but some of those smaller, more niche brands that are like aiming for pickleball that you guys think are cool, put them down below so we can contact them.
Any brands or shoes you got your eye on?
So there's Frankworks. You heard of that one?
Is that what
Dom,
JW plays?
No. So he's Winner Circle.
Oh, I don't know if Frankworks is.
I think was it Winner Circle? Something like that. So Frankworks, Dom did a review on it, and he gave it super high praise. And it's a pickleball shoe. Never heard of it. It's very interesting looking. So I reached out to them, and then looks interesting. I reached out to Winner Circle because JW is the only person I've seen wear that shoe. Like I haven't seen it in person other than on his foot.
Yeah.
So that would be a cool one to try. There's a new brand.
There's the Cypher one. Have you heard of them?
Cypher. Yeah. And I was supposed to have a phone call with their owner a long time ago. I actually reached back out to him about trying his shoe. He's got a new green one that looks sweet. And then there's a brand new brand that's launching a Kickstarter, and it's a girl out of Utah. I don't want to say the name wrong. Starts with an S.
Dude, how did you connect with her?
Solus Pickleball. Somebody on Discord brought her up, and I looked at it, and it's a super cool looking shoe. It's like a mid-rise, so it is more for those ankle rolling prone people.
I've never played a mid-rise.
The
Coco Goffs are mid-rise.
Okay.
There's not many mid-rise options.
No, and that's why I saw her shoe, and I was like, that actually looks pretty cool. Let me show you.
Obviously, you see that in basketball, and basketball is similar in movement. It's kind of like a lot of like side-to-side stuff.
So I was like,
oh, that looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, I was like, that's a pretty good looking shoe.
Yeah, like looks matter to me too with shoes.
Yeah,
like paddles, I don't care as much with like how it looks if it performs the way I want.
But you have to have a good drip.
But the shoes, like I care more about the look.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you that way?
Yes, colors especially. I mean, I always try to pick like the coolest colors of like currently I wear all Mizunos, so I'm like I pick whatever the coolest Mizuno is.
Yeah, that'll be fun, and we'll have a lot to learn too about shoes. Like, and like we know some stuff obviously, but my knowledge is pretty limited there. Yeah. So we'll do more research and we'll become experts.
It'd be fun.
That'd be cool. And then just like other accessories, like recently you have like the Top Spin Pro and like the Dink Master.
Like we were both kind of Jordan Briones talked about the Top Spin Pro. I was kind of like, and then we got one and I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I see like a real need for this, especially lower level. Like,
yeah. So this is, like how would you describe it? The Top Spin Pro. It's like a static ball with like a leaf on it that kind of gives you like the swing path.
Yes,
to
exactly.
Show you how much spin you're adding to the ball.
So you have like a guide that shows you how you should be swinging.
And then the ball,
to brush the ball
is like on like a wheel, so you can see how much spin
you're actually generating, and it gives you that actual feedback because it hits.
Yeah, it's like immediate.
So it is nice, and I like it. I actually posted a video today. Like I like it for like working on like flicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like when I got it. I used it. I was like, oh, this is cool, but I haven't really like touched it since.
Okay.
Like I feel like it makes more sense at the lower level, like when you're trying to learn how to add topspin.
Yeah.
But
they have a new product coming out though that's going to be able to hit it different ways.
More like slice, which I think will be interesting. But yeah, like I think I don't really see a need for me unless I was like coaching somebody.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like it's a great,
but it's a cool tool if
like a club. I think a club should own one.
Yeah, and I think that's great. Like I think club should own those because even if I buy one, and I use it and I figure out spin in a month, then it's like I don't really need it anymore.
But so I feel like clubs should definitely have it because that would be good. Like if you're teaching, like third shot drops and whatever, you like run the class through that, and then you do like a real ball, and I think it would have a good use in clubs.
Yeah, clubs and coaches. Yeah. As far as like individual owners, I don't think it makes
some people love their accessories though. So,
but it does have its place. But the backboard, the Dink Master,
you got the new one. You got the Speed Master, right?
Yeah,
yeah. So I have the Dink Master. You got the Speed Master.
Oh, okay. There's two.
Yeah, yours is. Do you know anything about the one you have? It's got like different. So the material is different on each side.
Yeah, it's got like a blue and red side.
Yeah. So the red side.
I just learned this a couple days ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the red side is faster. So, what do you think of it?
I actually really like it. So I have literally been hitting balls against my garage wall for like years. Like,
do you have marks from
testing paddles, getting filled? Because a lot of times when I'm writing a review, I'm like, oh, how does this compare to one paddle? Like I'll run to my garage and I'll just kind of bang them side by side just to get a feel of like kind of like the sweet spot and the feel. And I do it all the time. And plus I just like doing it just for hand stuff. Like when I'm training. I have a few like just wall drills I'll do that I enjoy doing, and the drywall is literally dead in my garage. Like,
is it like discolored?
I started on like this side of the garage. And I've like slowly worked my way down because like the ball just dies.
Yeah.
And anyway, so yeah, I got one of those and it works really well. And I never tried yours. Yours is skinny and tall. Mine's wider.
Yeah.
And the size is it's actually good.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yours looks like
plenty
good
of
for
room
doing
there.
like side to side dinks. Looks like it would be nice. And
Yeah, and it works really, like the bounce is definitely better than off my garage wall. Plus, plus you can angle it a little bit.
yeah, I like that.
And just adding a tiny angle makes a big difference.
It feels more realistic.
Feels a little more realistic.
Yeah.
So it bounces off better. I like that you can angle it, and then it just has like the net height on it, which is nice. And I use it all the time, and I honestly really like it. They're crazy. They feel expensive. They're probably not cheap to make, but they're like $350.
Okay.
I think they just launched the new one.
They did. That new one's pretty new. Did you get a code?
Yeah, I have a code.
Nice.
Like PB Effect gives you like free shipping.
Yeah. I was saying my code is free shipping too.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do.
But that
still saves you some money.
I actually use it quite a bit. I think it's pretty legit.
It's a fun one. I've actually seen, and I want to try this, where somebody, I don't ever transport mine, but they actually set it up behind a real net. That way you have like the kitchen line, and they actually just like.
I don't know why you'd need to do that. I just have it parked in my garage.
Yeah, so do I.
And I actually you could probably just tape a kitchen line.
Oh, I guess I could.
Like, you don't have to go to the court to get a kitchen.
I should measure that out though, because sometimes I'm like, am I too close? Like,
I don't see why you would need to take it anywhere. And it's pretty big. Like,
yeah,
it'd be kind of a pain in the butt.
No, it's mobile, but it's not that mobile.
You can roll it.
Yeah,
but as far as putting it in a car, would be a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
unless you have a truck.
Yours is wider.
If you have a truck, you could probably figure it out. But I don't have a truck.
Got it. So that was a cool one. Then I bought one. I forgot to bring it. I'll have to bring it next time. I found a terrible accessory. Well, I've seen a few. Like, I don't really like the ball that hangs on the string.
Oh,
like that guy reached out. He reached out to me about getting in my giveaway, and I'm like, I'm good, thank you though. But I got
that one doesn't make any sense. He has it hanging from the garage.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, and you just
it like hits it, and then it takes like 5 minutes for it to come back. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know what you're practicing there. Maybe hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't see a reason for that one.
I got an accessory that goes on the bottom of your paddle, like it hooks to the bottom of the handle, and it's a scorekeeper.
Updated slice.
Slice of the scorekeeping.
Slice of the scorekeeper.
That would actually be kind of cool. So
I've seen a few funny ones that you hook to the bottom of the
Did you see the ball picker upper?
Like the ball picker upper. I've seen one with just design, just like little dudes popping out. And you're like, I don't know. I don't see.
What are your guys' favorite accessories? I know there's a ton out there that I don't see, but
yeah. Do you know? I don't know if you consider this an accessory, but I bought this on Prime Day. You ever heard of Owala?
No.
This is like the best water bottle in the world. So
what makes it the best?
So you have
we're doing water bottle. We're doing water bottle reviews now. Oh, so is that a straw?
So that's a straw there. Oh. But it's a lot of the flippy uppy straws. Like you kind of have to suck pretty hard.
No comment
to get it. Yeah. So. And then, but this is like it just comes a lot more naturally.
Okay. Well, no. Cut. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's funny. Honestly, it's probably, you know why it is though? It's because you have the air that's helping the water come through. But,
and then not only do I have the straw built in, but you can just like do it normal.
I'm about to send air in these clips.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's a cool water bottle.
This is the best water bottle.
40 ounces. And it fits. Does it fit in the kitchen? There's a test. Let's test it.
Oh, no, it fits super easy.
Oh, look at that.
This is 40 ounces. I think 40 ounces. My wife had one originally, but it was smaller. And I was like, let me try that. Let me suck that.
That's good. That's a good one.
Anyways, I'll put a link in the description because that water bottle is
legit. What are you drinking that new, you drinking that new powder you got? The Holey?
Yeah, Holey sent me their stuff.
How is it?
I have it over here. I can grab it.
Is it any good?
We can talk about it.
Bump. Just me. What are we doing? If I could rap, I'd rap, but I can't rap. Ooh, coconut.
Yeah, I wasn't
coconut lime
talking about these, but
put a lime in a coconut.
But we can.
Are these sticks?
These are sticks.
Oh, let me take one.
Yeah, you
Holey, if you watch this, hook me up.
So they have like a 3-part system, which is cool. So they have like a pre-game, in-game, post-game. So the pre-game,
oh whoa,
it's 150 milligrams.
It's like a legit pre-workout almost.
But it's synthetic caffeine. I'm not big on synthetic. Synthetic, at least for me, synthetic doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
Like more natural caffeines from like green green teas and stuff work better for me. And so for me, pregame didn't really do much. The electrolyte though, I did like. So it has the electrolytes, plus it has a couple of other supplements that are meant for like extra focus. And so
it's good.
Like earlier this week, I went to go play. Like I had like a headache. I was probably a little dehydrated before I played. This was my first time trying it out, and it took my headache away, and I felt good after. So I did like it.
Basically, electrolytes mixed with BCAAs.
Yeah, it has BCAAs, and then other stuff called L-tyrosine, L-theanine. Anyways, I did like the electrolytes. Then the recovery thing, I need to do more research on that.
So it's got more BCAAs. It's got creatine in it.
Does that creatine? Okay.
Yep, creatine. So
That's good for
make sure
recovery.
make sure you're drinking your water though.
Yeah, drink more water with creatine.
Yeah.
I need to do. I tried it.
It's got some glutamine in there. That's for your joints.
Okay. Maybe that's cool. Like I tried it. I didn't like feel anything, but like that's more of a long-term play, right?
Exactly. That's that's like overall, do you feel like you're recovering better? Like do you feel like you're playing at the same level you were playing yesterday? You're not gonna wake up and be like, I'm jacked.
Right. But I do like the concept of the 3. Wasn't big on the pregame. Did like the hydrate, the recovery. Maybe it's good. You sound like you saw some stuff you recognized. That was good.
Yeah. I would try it.
I've been using Jigsaw Health stuff for a long time. Actually, they have like a 3-part system too. They have like thing you drink in the morning, then they have electrolytes, and then they magnesium
before bed. Which magnesium's huge.
I've been taking their magnesium for the last 3 months.
You sleeping good?
And I freaking love it, dude. Like I do sleep a little better. It's good for like muscle recovery. It relaxes your muscles, but I just don't think as much.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of calms the brain a little bit, so you're not just thinking about work all night.
Yeah, magnesium's good.
Do you take magnesium?
Yeah.
What do you take?
Just straight magnesium, like a magnesium powder that tastes like terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Their magnesium stuff doesn't taste bad.
I just chug it. It's bad.
But yeah, if you've never used magnesium, at least the Jigsaw one, it was the second magnesium I've tried, and I liked it better than the first. My wife had bought some like pill ones that didn't quite do the trick for me. I guess there's multiple types of magnesium.
And I was going to say some people are a little more GI reactive to it. So be near a bathroom.
Whatever's in the Jigsaw stuff works for me. Good. And I do like that stuff.
That's good.
All right. Do you have Quiet Strike? What's that?
Oh, they didn't come yet. They sent them though. Have you seen Quiet Strikes yet? I'm going to give you 2. So again, everybody's like sound deadening is becoming more and more. We're seeing a couple more quiet brands. So Quiet Strike designed so if you're like in Florida at one of these quiet neighborhoods, you can just slap this on your paddle.
Oh, good shit.
Still play with your own paddle. But it'll turn it into
It's not this thing? Quiet Shot?
No. Wait, let me see that.
This is the same thing. I just barely got these. I haven't really messed with them yet, but
this is interesting.
Yeah, I got these in my office.
So it's like an adhesive?
Yeah, it's an adhesive. It feels just like foam. I guess it's like a proprietary. Everyone says their stuff's proprietary.
Yeah. So I think it might be different. I think it might be similar, but it has like a different, because he did say it's adhesive, but you can reuse it. So is this reusable too?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you haven't. So you just got them?
Yeah, I just got them.
Yeah, we'll have to try. I just feel like this
doesn't feel super reusable. Maybe it is.
No, I feel like if you stuck that on like too smooth of a paddle, it might not come off.
I don't know. I need to test these. Yeah, I've never encountered like a neighborhood or a situation where I would need to use it, but they exist.
But they're becoming. And the main reason this is becoming a topic where I'm actually caring about is because like the Manitou. Like Manitou is like the hours. It's a local park. The hours are getting cut and like days are getting cut, all because of noise. So I do feel like that could end up being important.
Yeah. So these, you buy them. It comes in 2 packs. I think they're $30.
Okay.
And then the one thing I do like about this, at least when I was looking at their website earlier, like it has multiple shape options. They've only launched the standard shape, but they have like 4 shapes listed, like foam shapes fit your paddle. So whenever they launch all those, I think that's cool. And then they just have like a blank sheet. But I'm interested in running numbers on these two. It's like, okay, is this going to increase power? Is it going to hurt or increase spin? Because like I don't want to put something on here that gives me like a big advantage.
Yeah, like does it turn my paddle into a hush?
Yeah, is it turn it into a hush?
Then I want it.
Or does it just quiet it? But it does. I did put it on
what shape
paddle.
was that? I want to stick it to a paddle. These are the new Gherkins. These are $99 by the way.
I do have it on a paddle somewhere.
So I want to see how easy this thing sticks to a paddle. All right, standard shape. Let's see. Oop. Oh, almost perfect.
I put it on one, though I haven't played that game.
Oh yeah, so I would have to trim it a little bit. Oh, you already
close. I did. I had to.
Oh, you had to trim it a bit.
I had to trim it right down here a little bit. Like if I was to be a little more precise, I'd probably trim these sides a little bit too.
Yeah, I'm curious how that plays because now, like, I mean, obviously that would never pass deflection, obviously.
Right.
So does it make the dwell time insane?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it does stick pretty good too.
But like, is it going to be like? Is it meant to be like a one-time use? Like you just play.
The ones I'm talking about are not meant to be one time. Because they're meant to be able to use your paddle you like, and you are somewhere that needs to be more quiet, but you don't want to, you still want to play pickleball.
I would think you'd want it to be like be able to stick it on and off, like super easy and reuse it. Because like I might go play in a quiet community today, but tomorrow I'm playing in a tournament.
No, exactly. And I actually
I want to be able to take it on and off.
I saw one brand, and I hope I'm not confusing. I talked to so many brands. It's doing it where it's almost like it like goes on the outside. It doesn't stick to your paddle. It looks like it was like a band kind of that went like on each face. Like
it was like used like tension rather than sticky?
Exactly, tension. So you like pulled it over your paddle.
Oh, interesting.
I can't remember if that's the same brand. If it is, I'm sorry that I got mixed up.
Anyways, I do want to try these out because I am interested. But it is kind of tough to be like, oh, like to get big on it when I don't like see the problem yourself.
But I keep hearing that that there's more and more neighborhoods popping up that are quiet, like quiet paddle only. So we haven't seen it yet. That could be a big market eventually, or maybe not.
Anyone listening, have you witnessed a quiet only location?
It's a good question.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. As far as paddles, I have just a couple of paddles I'm going to talk about. So one are these new Pickleball Apes that are coming out. These are coming out at the end of the month. So these, what I like the idea behind these. These are meant to be control paddles. I don't think they haven't talked about their tech yet, so I don't want to tell them what the tech is, but they designed the paddle to be a better control paddle. Mm-hmm. And like, we haven't seen any innovation around control. It's all been like power. And then like older tech is just turned into control paddles.
Yeah.
But this is like using new tech to improve control. And so I played with this while I was in Spokane this last weekend, and good positive first impressions. My first thought was like, how we were talking about how 14 millimeter paddles, how you kind of get more variation and feel from like a dink to a drive that kind of helps enhance control. Mm-hmm. So this is definitely like, a softer, more kind of plush feel, but it's not Gen 1 feel.
Okay.
It's a little more crisp. So it gives you that little more like variation in shot feel, I guess. And so I like that part of it, but it's still 16 millimeters. And it played forgiving. I haven't run the numbers on them, but they're going to launch this in 3 shapes. And but yeah, I like the idea of innovating around control rather than doing something else.
Kind of a cool color,
it's like a maroony purplish.
It has like a purplish hue to it. Yeah.
But yeah, so these are coming out. I'm going to spend some more time with those, and then I finally spent some more time with the Olympus.
Yes, I'm interested. What'd you think?
So, I didn't play very good with it.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh. And I don't know what it was. Like, it definitely has more power and pop than like your typical. Like, I think I would call it a power paddle, though it's not huge power.
No, yeah, not huge.
It's like more like an approachable power. But it definitely had a little unique feel to it. I wasn't grasping it yet. I was leaving stuff up, even though I can control, like I was controlling the Anna Lee or like the SQs really well. Those are super poppy. Like this isn't any poppier than those. But I need to give it some more time.
Okay.
Before I say, oh, this paddle sucks or is good. But I didn't play great with it.
Okay.
And I wasn't finding my stuff. But I haven't drilled with it. I just went straight to games. And it is like they do the foam field thing, and so it's a unique feel. It's kind of a little tingy, mm-hmm. but still like a familiar. Anyways, I need to spend more time with it. But yeah, I didn't.
You didn't play great. You didn't learn your lesson from when me and you went straight into straight into a Ripple game.
Yeah, even since then, like I I got better with the R2 after that, but I never really fell in love with it. I fell in love with the R1, but not so much the R2. Anyways, have you spent a ton of time with the Olympus?
When he first sent me the proto, like with I don't know if it was a prototype or if it was like a production, but yeah, I spent a lot of time with it and I actually really liked it. I put a slice on mine and then.
Yeah, no, I definitely think there's potential because there's not a lot of.
But I agree, it had a unique feel because to me, like the pop to me was good. Like what I really liked in it, I was like, and I can reset decent with it. I didn't feel like it was that powerful from the baseline.
Yeah, I mean, it's not huge, but I do think it's more than most.
And I heard their foam. Somebody was telling me what's interesting is like it's a different type of foam. The foam used in other paddles, I guess, expand under heat.
This one doesn't.
No, they said this one actually, if anything, it gets smaller. Like, I don't know.
But
patent pending.
It does feel a need. Like this is a hybrid shape. There's really no like power paddles in the hybrid shape. Everything's either elongated or standard for whatever reason. And so this is, I mean, you have the Azul, but I'm skeptical that the Azul is a compressed core.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas this is actually like designed, like the design is what's giving its power. It's not like a compressed core or anything. And so it does feel a need. Like there's not like hybrid power paddles. And anyway, I am going to give it more time because I do think the potential's there.
They look good too.
They do look good. But like it's gotten a lot of praise.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people liked it. And then I was going to talk about the Holberg paddles. We're going to pause that one for next week.
Because I'm getting them this week.
So you're getting them this week. So we'll get Kyle thoughts. But the one thing I wanted to mention with those is like we talked about how the paddle techs are doing like the targeted weight. Holberg's doing a similar thing with the targeted weight. And I think it helps the paddles. And so we'll talk more about that next week. But anything else for paddles for you?
Let's see. I think I brought two. So Gherkin has a new line of budget paddles. I don't know if you've spent any time with Gherkins.
I don't have any Gherkins.
You don't have any Gherkins.
You're the only Gherker.
I'm the only one Gherkin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so they have all they have basically two lines. So this is their more budget line. So it's just like standard edge guard, like normal, like it's still pretty gritty. These play to me very similar to like.
Dude, the plastic's still on the handle. You can't talk about how they play.
Huh? No, but I played with the hybrid one.
Oh, okay.
I brought the new ones so they'd be pretty on the podcast.
Okay.
They still have the plastic. I have played with them. Don't worry. But anyway, I was saying like these kind of remind me of like a better version of like what used to be like the Selkirk amps. Like, but like if you were to throw carbon fiber, like this reminds me of like an S2 or an Epic. But with a way better face and way cheaper, like $99 before a coat.
Yeah, that's whoa.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like very budget friendly.
The face looks a little different.
So
like it doesn't look like your typical raw carbon.
And then they have so they have the elongated, the standard, and then they also have a hybrid. And then I haven't got to hit this one yet. Yeah, I just like the color.
I just got those and I haven't hit them yet either. But
the green's cool. And then I'm a nerd. Like I'm an electrical engineer, so like. The circuit looking stuff.
It's working for you?
A little bit. And I'm usually like I tend to like minimal design. Like to me, this looks very clean. Like a very nice design.
I like that green actually.
But you know, it's a circuit. I can get down with that.
Yeah. So these are their Forzas with a Kevlar face.
Have you spent much time with this yet?
No. So I just got them and then went out of town.
Okay.
This last weekend. So I took the Olympus with me and I took the Pickleball Apes with me to play. While I was in Spokane. But yeah, I'll be trying those out soon. We need to hit sometime this week. We'll go test some stuff.
We got to get one. We got to test paddles. And two, we got to get ready.
Yeah, we got to go.
We got to get a game plan.
Get games up.
So.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in.
Bye.